All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of my journey to sprinting sub-10. So we are at the track right now with my beautiful wife, Janai, here. I jerk her outside so I can get some extra content. JK, but I'm also not kidding at the same time. Today we have four 10-meter sprints, we have four 30-meter sprints, and then we're going to do three 60-meter sprints. After I warm up, I kind of break down what exactly I'm looking for with specific points as to my focuses for the day. I was kind of thinking yesterday, I was like, man, I feel like I'm not intentional enough about my planning and my intentions for the day and what I'm actually seeking to get better at. Like, I feel like a lot of times I was just coming out here and like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna just go sprint. And although I kind of had the plan out, I didn't really have the plan within the plan, if that makes sense. If you know, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get warmed up and then I will break it down.
All right, y'all, so we just finished the warm up. Bro, something literally just bit me in my shoe. I don't know what that was, but that did not feel good at all. But anyways, 4 10s, it's actually 3 30s and 3 60s. We're gonna break it down one piece at a time. That was another thing too I kind of didn't talk about earlier, but I feel like when I was just getting the plan and knowing that I got my work cut out for the day, I was just kind of focused on the workout as a whole piece rather than individual parts, and then combine them at the end of the workout or in reflection. For the first 4 10-meter sprints, 3 points of emphasis: low hill recovery, ankling, stride to 10. So one thing I was listening to, I saw a video of Noel Lyles, and I believe the coach that he was working with was named Ralph Mann or something like that. And I believe he passed away, but what they were talking about in the video was great sprinters usually reach 10 meters in about 7 steps, give or take. If you're taller, it might be more. If you're shorter, it might be less, was the point he was making. So I was kind of looking back at some of my other videos, and most of the times I'm not recording far enough to where you can actually see the 10-meter mark. Today I will be doing that, but I wanted to emphasize more stride length, especially coming out the blocks, those first few steps. That's what I mean when I say stride to 10. And then low heel recovery and ankling are kind of two in the same, but in the warm-up I was kind of doing some ankling drills where I work on cycling over the ankle, cycling to the low calf, cycling to the high calf, or like your knee. What that's basically doing is going through the phases of the race. Like in the beginning phase, early acceleration, it's more low heel recovery. You're going to be in that ankle stage in that low calf, whereas you come to like maybe 15, 20, 25, 30 meters, that's when you're going to start getting into that high calf or that knee cycle phase. But to go back, ankle and low calf, and specifically low heel recovery coming out of those first 3 steps, I really want, people talk about the toe drag and you can have your opinions on that, but that helps you to get your feet down quicker and get down the track faster. If your feet are off the ground, there's nothing to push against. So that's what I'm going to be focused on: low heel recovery, getting my feet down, pushing back, striding to 10, ankling, and that's it. So do 4 10s. I'll come back and check in, look at the footage, see what it's looking like, and then we'll move on to the next piece. Here we go. Didn't really like this start. I was hanging on to the ankle cycle for a little bit too long. It looked kind of weird. The second one was actually pretty good. I'm gonna let y'all see this still angle, and then we'll go to the moving angle so y'all can see. I got pretty close to 10 meters here. So I thought that was probably one of my better ones for the day. Had a couple of good ones. I was not marking the 10 meters, and I don't really understand why, but I just, obviously caught that, decided to put that in real quick. Went on to my third one. I was really kind of playing around with the ankling, but I want y'all to just check this out right here. Excuse my language. Out the race, son. Hold on, I'm throwing off now. Hold up. Let me lock in, bro.
So yeah, that was definitely not ideal, but came back with a pretty good start right here to close us out with the 10s.
Okay, done with that first piece. For the most part, I don't think it looked too bad. Definitely hit the main point, or hit that first point, low heel recovery and ankling. I think I might have miscalculated how far the low calf should last, because honestly, looking back, I started getting into that high calf pretty quick, or like mid calf ish within that first 10. So I'm not really tripping too much about that, but definitely saw what the 7 steps looked like to the 10 meters. Didn't look good, didn't necessarily look bad. Just something to improve on. Moving on to this next piece, got 3 30 meters. Focus here is control the stumble and don't delay transition. So a few weeks ago, I was kind of playing around with some stuff in the block. I was playing around with the settings, and I finally felt for the first time, literally ever, what it felt like to fall out of the blocks and feel like you're about to fall on your face if you don't put that next step down. So I've been having pretty much the same settings ever since. I've kind of moved the back foot forward, angled the pedals higher and lower and stuff like that. But I kind of found a setting that I like for now, but we'll kind of see where that goes in the future. But control the stumble, don't get out of control. And what I was saying about don't delay the transition, I was looking at some races with Noah Lyles, Marcel Jacobs, Asafa Powell, Tyson Gay, Usain Bolt, everybody. I was looking at some races, and you know, they start picking their heads up around like 14 to like 16, 17 steps. And so I was like, I've been this whole time having my head down till around like the 30-meter point. And I'm like, well, why am I doing that if the fastest people on the planet are not? And I was also wondering, as a sub thought to that, like, okay, well, if I'm doing that, then wouldn't that be slowing me down, or kind of it would be delaying my transition? So that's kind of what I'm going to work on right now. I still have the cones at 10. I have a cone around like 15, 16 meters, and then I have the 30-meter cones. 3 reps. Let's get it. I think I did a pretty good job of delaying the transition in these, but literally as I got to that last cone, my watch flew away. I don't know what was going on today, but I definitely had more mishaps than I've had in a minute. I could have kept running here. I'll have to keep running the race, so definitely don't want to continue to build bad habits on that. I took it out on the cone, and I decided, you know, it didn't deserve that. Definitely would consider this a bad start because I'll let that first step float a little bit. Minor detail, but we're striving for perfection, and I know running sub 10, little room for error. I thought this was a good rep here, controlled the stumble, had a good start, didn't delay the transition, and then was able to relax at the end. Okay, last piece for the day. I have 2 60 meters. I know I said 3, but my wife is getting pretty hungry. And so, you know, for the sake of both of us, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short. But emphasis for now, transition smoothly, relax my breath, relax my face, relax my hands, and just freaking run, okay? Let's get it. Had a good acceleration, good transition. Relax a little bit, can still work on the breathing. Decent, okay rep. Decent rep to finish out the day, but overall a great workout. Definitely improved a lot, learned some things, got the mental work in. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Peace.